Hey guys, it's JonTaun from Total Brohammer, and as you can see today we'll be manning the Beastmen. So, I got some Centigors with throwing axes in the forest, and I also got a group of 2 Centigors with great weapons and a Chaos Warhounds with poison in the forest here. And I've got the same group over here on the other side. My infantry component consists of a very light infantry, so I went very heavy cav, a lot of mobile, some light infantry just for some holding. I got an Ungor herd, I got 2 of those guys, and Ungor Spearman herd, and 2 Ungor Spearman herd with shields. There's the rest of them. Got a Brave Shaman of Death with just Fay Enchantress, and I also got Morghur the Shadowgave. So my opponent, he's Bretonnia. He didn't want me to cast this game, but as you'll see, it'll be a pretty good one. He does make some mistakes, but that's okay, because he makes me fight for it, that's for sure. Alright, so his army consists of 2 groups of Grail Knights plus Questing Knights. He's got an equal group over there. His front line consists of Men-at-Arms with shields, looks like 3 of them, as well as 2 Foot Squires and 2 Peasant Mob, right in front of the Foot Squires, so they absorb the charge. I like that. He's got the Fay Enchantress, some Polar Arms back here, and 2 Spearman Arm with shields, as well as 2 Archers. Now, he doesn't have his Peasant Bowman with fire grouped with his army, which is a mistake of his. So you'll see that come back to bite him later. So over here, I'm going to have my Centigors throwing axes start firing into these Questing Knights. And over here, I'm going to start doing the same, but he's going to chase me. So I'm going to get out of there. As he's retreating, I'm going to pop a Fay Enchantress. He is going to respond in kind with a really good regrowth, so another good play on his part. And like I said, his big mistake here is he's forgetting these archers. So thankfully, they don't cost all too much. And another mistake of his is he forgot. He took a long time to notice these Questing Knights were taking a bunch of fire. But those are like the only 2 mistakes of the game. So. Alright, so he's running back in here with his Grail Knights, and he's got them on lance formation, so they are able to catch up and do a lot of damage to my Centigors with throwing axes, which I wasn't expecting. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop on him. As you can see, they haven't even lost a model yet, and I've been throwing at him. I used a Fay Enchantress on him. Really, really good job on his part. But we are getting a rear charge on him, and we are doing a lot of damage now. So he's just moving his army forward, trying to find my troops, and over here I've done pretty much the same thing, except I'm having to fight both of them, so it's not going quite as well for me. During the battle, I did actually think both of these were Grail Knights, so over here I am able to rout off these Grail Knights at 30 models. I'm pulling back because he's got some Spearmen inbound, and I'm going to be pulling my Centigors with throwing axes this way to hopefully come finish these guys off. Over here I'm trying to move my Centigors with throwing axes around the edge, but for some reason they get the line of sight bug, and yeah. For some reason they decide to go into melee. I see that he's trying to drop a comment right here, so I'm going to be pulling out any second. And as you can see, I've done good damage to both his Questing Knights and his Grail Knights on this side. Popped a Fay Enchantress on this guy. He's now moving his army up again, just slowly probing me out and trying to deal with these threats on these sides as well. Over here, as you can see, I'm doing really good damage on these Questing Knights with these Centigors with throwing axes. But overall, these Grail Knights have the favor of Fay, and they are beating my group of Centigors, so it's very unfortunate for me. Over here, I'm going to run in here and start firing at these Questing Knights. These guys get much closer than I want them to, so they do take a charge, and I'm going to retreat, so bad play on my part. I see his mistake of leaving the archers behind, so I'm going to go ahead and pounce on that. And any moment here, as you can see, I got my Brave Shaman just running around the infantry. He's also got a mounted yeoman that he pulled from the back, and he still hasn't found any of my troops, but he's going to be engaging real soon. So over here, as you can see, I have these Centigors with throwing axes shooting at these Grail Knights. We're doing some good damage. He has defeated all my cav over here, though. I have these Chaos Warhounds with poison going after these Questing Knights. I'll jump on them in a moment. You see these throwing axes are running away for some Grail Knights and these Questing Knights. I don't think Questing Knights are probably a great choice against the Beastmen, just for anyone wondering. So he might get a charge here because of my bad micro. Oh no, he turns around. He could have, though. He could have. So he still hasn't found my troops. He's finally started to find some of my infantry, so I'm going to start sitting in just to hold him up. Regrouping what I have left of the Centigors with throwing axes. Sorry, Centigors with great weapons. I have these Hounds going after these Questing Knights. Hopefully they can get a good rear charge and finish those guys off. And as you can see, we're still firing right into the back of these guys, so their shields are not affecting us. And as you can see with that volley, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Took down 5 Grail Guardians. That is no joke. So over here, we're starting to get engaged. And looks like these guys are going to have some, yeah, we're going to summon some Chaos Spawn right behind some what are those guys called? Foot Squires. So we're going to do pretty good over here. We got a lot of infantry, and he did not engage a whole lot. A lot of his army is still in the center, and now now he's got all his cav blobbed up, so I'm going to get my big cav blob, and we're just gonna fight it out right here. I'm putting my Centigors on the side so they can get access into the back of these Grail Knights, but again, they're going to want to get up close. See, that is not my order. That is the game. See, he's going to drop a comma right there, and I can absolutely not let that happen, as well as the halberds are coming in. So I'm going to be pulling out here. Let's see how good of a comment he gets. Looks like pretty much all my guys are gone. He may have even, yeah, he even did a little bit of damage to these guys. So I'm going to pull out. I have the mobility advantage, and I don't want to get destroyed here. Still shooting at these Grail Knights. As you can see, they only have 8 models left. But Grail Knights are some of those units who are just never going to stop. As you see, my Chaos Spawn did a really good job at messing up these foot squires, and I'm running off these men-at-arms and shields. I'll be pulling them back very soon. Over here, I am losing the infantry fight. He had these mounted yeomen in the back, and he was doing some rear charges, so really good on his part. I'm going to run in here with my cav blob, and then run back out and hit these guys. Hopefully stop the charge on most of them. Yeah, they didn't get a good charge at all. So right now, I'm skirting around these men-at-arms with pole arms. And now that I've won this fight in here, I really need to get the rest of my forces out here. Because right now, as you can see, these guys are kind of surrounded. He gets the Earthblood off right there, really good. He's got a nice fat blob of infantry. I'm just trying to get around these men-at-arms with pole arms over here. And my army is coming to help, but I'm going to have to leave these guys because I don't feel like I'm going to be able to get out. So there goes the rest of my cav force. I was hoping to be able to beat his cav force, but that Bretonnian cav is just very strong. Gonna run in here with spears, these Chaos Spawn, and Morghur, and y'all need to, y'all are gonna see, Morghur is going to be beasting at this one. So I see he's going after my Brave Shaman over here, and I'm desperately trying to get out. Guys, I am clicking so hard right now, but this one horse, look, this one horse is in his way, and he just cannot move. So very unfortunate for my caster. As you can see, he's taking a ton of damage. The Fay Enchantress just put a pounding on him, even with his 80 armor. Now he's sending some yeoman horses over here, so he's doing a really good job. At this point, he's just stopped by a couple infantry, but he still can't seem to get through. For some reason, he's going toward the right, towards my Chaos Spawn, so very unfortunate over here. As you can see, Morghur the Shadowgave is over here just messing up some foot squires. I got some spearmen holding up these spearmen, and I'm really trying to save my caster here. So any second now, I'm going to be sending these guys into melee. I do have a misclick, and as you can see, they really didn't want to attack here. So I'm not going to be able to save my caster. Very unfortunate, because I could have got at least one more Fate of Buna off. But as you can see, my Chaos Spawn and Spearman and Morghur are doing a pretty great job with this infantry blob. But he still has all this cav. I'm going to get a quick charge into these Spearmen just because they weren't braced, and then I'm going to pull out when all his cav comes in. I'm going to get a real charge with these Centigors with throwing axes. That's one of the great things about Centigors with throwing axes, is that they have, what's their charge bonus? On the charge, they can do pretty okay. So as you can see, we're routing off a lot of his units. These Chaos Spawn are causing fear and terror. Got some Ungor herd over here that I guess I never noticed, so looks like they just read off these men-at-arms. I'll be bringing them back not soon enough, really. As you can see, I'm running away with one group of Centigors and melee attacking with another, just getting as many axe throws as I can in. Gonna come in here for a rear charge on these men-at-arms with pole arms, and let's see how that does. Oh, nice, pretty nice charge there. Does quite a bit of damage, and we're gonna pull out of here once this cav come in. Seeing that he might get the sandwich, I actually thought I was gonna lose at this point, but that does give me an opportunity to get a sandwich of my own. So I'm gonna run in here and get a rear charge on this cav. As you can see, Morghur the Shadowgave is in here just being a pimp. At this point, I'm thinking it's not feeling too good for me. His cav just won't break. The Fay Enchantress is in good health. And almost all my infantry are gone, and almost all my cavalry are gone. And, not to mention, he has a fairly healthy group of foot squires coming back here, and, healthy for this stage of the battle. And I just don't have much. Thankfully, I still haven't noticed these Ungor herd, and I really need to. But as you can see, look at what I have left, and look at what my opponent has left. He's done a great job at just absolutely going after those Centigors. Every time I try to get into melee combat, he usually comes out on top. I think I actually am going to be able to get these Grail Knights here. I don't know. We're doing okay against them. Yeah, but yeah, now we're losing pretty. Now we just got the Fay Enchantress, and a mistake he did was he had her fight Morghur, which isn't working out for the Fay here. As you can see, the Fay is getting her butt kicked. Thankfully, the only thing keeping her alive is the fact that Morghur is getting distracted by surrounding infantry. So my Centigors with throwing axes are so low that they keep on routing off and coming back. And as you can see, here come the foot squires. He's got 3 groups of cav there. Though this large group is only some mounted yeomen. These Grail Knights, even only what, 2 or 3 of them, 1 of them, they can you might be able even to wrap that whole group off. But Grail Knights just don't break, guys. They just don't. Over here, you can see these Ungor Spearmen herd are doing surprisingly well against this man-at-arms. And these Spearmen at arms. Finally bringing that Ungor herd, so even I am not perfect, guys. I did make my mistakes in this match too, quite a lot of them. I see the Fay Enchantress has gone to the forest over here, and I'm going to get right on her with some Centigors with throwing axes, and they are going to do a lot of damage to her. Unfortunately, he has all his cavalry inbound, so I have to get out of there. Not to mention the Fay Enchantress is actually running right now, so I can't really get some good hits on her. I don't want to get caught up on these peasants and then charged by all these calves, so I'm going to pull out. Fay Enchantress is running away with 212 health, and we still have Morghur over here just tanking it out against some halberds, doing a really good job of it, honestly. Over here, my Centigors with throwing axes have returned. I got them off fire at will, and I'm going to get a quick recharge on these man-at-arms with shields. And these Ungor herd are finally back, and I'm going to have them finish off these spearmen at shields. So, yeah, pretty tough. But at this point, now that he made the mistake of getting the Fay in melee with Morghur the Shadowgave, now I'm thinking maybe I have a chance. I do have a pretty strong procket over here, but we'll see. So these guys are getting chased by some mounted yeomen. I'm just force passing them, but they are gonna break. And yeah, taking a look at the battlefield, it's not gonna be easy. So these guys are brace. I decided to go get a charge on them anyway, just because their morale's so low. Not gonna turn out too good for me. And that was definitely a mistake. We got Morghur here, just hacking his way through infantry. How many kills does he have? 83 kills. So I'm bringing back together everything I have left. My Centigors with throwing axes do rout off. That was a very foolish move on my part. I see he's got a bunch of cav here, and I did not mean to charge there. I had them on. I had just switched them off of melee mode, but for some reason, I mean, it even had the little target reticle to indicate that you're going to be doing a ranged attack, but for some reason they still attacked into melee, so we were able to finish off those mounted yeomen, I think it was, so I guess it was worth it. At this point, the Fay Enchantress does shatter after coming back and casting Arcane Conduit, and with the Fay Enchantress shattering, the rest of his army is going to go after I get a nice half-moon surround on the rest of his infantry. So a very good game, very close. I had a lot of fun playing it. He asked me not to cast it, but you did great, man. Besides leaving your archers behind in that initial not seeing my attack on the right side, I think you did really good. Alright, so let's look at the breakdown here. So Morghur the Shadowgave with 100 kills even. What a beast. Brave Shaman of Death did pretty good. My opponent did a really good job at pinning him down at near the in there. Ungor Spearmen herd with 99 kills. You don't see that too often, but I guess what else can you expect when you're fighting peasants? And the Ungor Spearmen herd did some really great kills too. 143 kills on some Ungor herd. These Ungor herd got smashed. They were fighting foot squires and some peasants, I think. Centigors with great weapons did okay. My left group did okay, but my right group that had to just fight those Question Knights and Grail Knights unharassed didn't do so well. The Fate of Venus really helped my left group. The throwing axes. Remember that most of these kills are on high-value cavalry, so they did pretty good. And the hounds, well, honestly, they didn't do too much except apply poison to the Centigors with great weapons opponents. So the Fay Enchantress here got some good heals off. Really good counterplay with the regrowths, challenging the Fate of Bunas. I like the inclusion of peasants and foot squires. 116 kills on this guy, 75 kills on this man-at-arms with shields. You can see he got some decent kills across the board. His Question Knights didn't do that great for their cost, to be honest, but his Grail Knights did really good. And of course, he made a mistake with his archers. I think Lapate Freud. If you had not forgotten your archers, then you could have won this. But that's something to pay attention to next time. And that was a really good game, man. I don't know why you didn't want to cast it. Anyway. That's going to be all for this one, guys. This is JonTaun for Brohammer, signing out.